Gotta get the show started. Look, I do want to start the show talking about Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, this entire Lions regime. Here's the question. Are Holmes and Campbell on track to deliver success to the Detroit Lions? And success doesn't mean a winning season. Success meaning a division title, playoff wins, etc., in the next few years. And I thought long and hard. I really did, and I do want to be fair. And, oh, shoot. We're off to a great start this morning. Okay, so I'm going to act like I'm not burning right now, and we're just going to play this cool. Fish, could I get napkins, please? So,
I love it. It's Friday.
I am not burning right now. It's all good. Are Holmes and Campbell on track to deliver? Jeff?
If I'm giving an honest answer, obviously, we don't know yet. And that's really the truth. With Dan Campbell, I mean, listen, you have one season out of Dan Campbell. You got 3 wins on the season. And you saw the improvement especially towards the end of the season, where they were 3-3 the last 6. Now, there's been way more positive this year than negative. In a first-year rebuild, we can get that straight. Sometimes there is more negative than positive. And a lot of these rebuild. Hold on. Cut to Adam right now.
We don't need to cut to Adam.
Look what this man's going through right now.
Adam is busy. All right?
You can't see your hands.
You can continue talking. We don't need to talk about this.
All right, anyway. But just seeing the growth this year is really what I want to hammer on, because obviously, if Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes are the guys to define success, and we equal success to the playoffs, possibly a playoff win, they'd be cavalier in a way. I mean, you haven't won a playoff game since really the 91-92 season. And is Dan Campbell the guy to do so? I don't know yet, but I like Dan a whole lot. I think he's the right guy for this situation to kind of pull you out of this. Now, let me compare situations, because we always talk about Jim Schwartz. And what did Jim Schwartz do when he went 2-14? He drafted Ndamukong Suh. And what pick do we have? Number 2. And what is the likely option? A pass rusher. What did they do the following season? They won 6 games. Well, they took a Nick Farley, middle of the first round. Those 2 guys alone, building those, obviously with Brad Holmes, kind of his ideology is building from the trenches. Martin Mayhew similarly. And the following season, 10 wins. So a lot of it has to do with the draft. A lot of it has to do with these guys developing. So do I have faith Dan Campbell can develop players? Of course I do. And I have faith that Brad Holmes can, draft guys, especially late in the draft. So the question isn't really,
are they on track?
Can they get talent?
Are you confident about where they're going right now?
I will say I'm confident, but we're going to have to wait and see until more talent's around Dan, obviously.
So I'm willing to offer an olive branch.
Oh, a lot of olive branches you got.
He's had a lot of olive branches lately.
Hey, look,
Are you okay?
I'm having a good week.
This isn't you.
I'm having a great week.
He's excited because the Australian Open's
my body
on.
Absolutely burning right now, but we don't need to talk about that. Certain parts that should never be burned, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just gonna put on a big smile.
Yeah, just smile it off.
Anyways,
Wait, boys.
are they on track? Yeah, they are. They are, and you got to give them credit. Now, look, when I look at their record, does it make me happy? No. Is that something I want to see? No. But you know what? I got to be honest and say, all right, taking over from Quinn Trisha, which this ownership current group allowed to happen. They allowed the number 3 overall pick to be selected by the group they had lost faith in. And here we are, a year removed, well, almost more than a year now.
Yeah.
A year removed from the head coach and GM. You've moved on, traded Stafford, brought in Campbell, brought in Brad Holmes. And you know what? I'm willing to be optimistic given the direction they're going in. Does that mean they will deliver success? Does that mean I'm confident they will deliver success? No.
That's fair to say.
There hasn't been success.
Yeah.
Since 91.
They're cavalier.
And really 93, actually, to be fair. But still, here we are. Here we are. And I do have to say, I like the direction it's going. Now, this offseason, everything could change this offseason. For the best and for the worst. You could totally nail the offseason, and you have a damn good football team going into next year. Or you can botch it, and the record will speak for itself. But we can all agree the schedule is very friendly next year. This isn't the schedule this year where you had the 4th hardest schedule based on win totals, the 6th hardest schedule overall. No. You have one of the easiest schedules next year. You draft well. Well, let's go in order. You pick up quality free agents. I'm not saying you're going to splash. I don't think they're splashing out big deals. I don't think they're going for the big money moves. But if you get a few veteran pieces and you nail some draft picks, you'll be a good team next year. I'm not going to say they're great. How far can Dan Campbell take them? I don't think it's fair to say right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see the full year too. And then I can kind of start putting together in my head, what does the ceiling look like? I always say that.
Yeah.
What does the ceiling look like for you? And if I can't see your ceiling for multitude of reasons, it doesn't have to be for one, but I can give you an example. If I can't see your ceiling because the team is just too bad, or it's still early in your evolution for not only you, but the team, I'm willing to give time to see it because, to be fair, I can't make a decision on whether you should stay or leave if I haven't identified what is the most I can get out of you and what can I get with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the best things, though, going into next year and going into seeing what they do have to deliver, because we don't know. We don't know what their ceiling is. We don't know how much they can do or can't do for the Lions in that organization. So I think not knowing is a good thing for the Lions in regards to that terms, because what if they come out next year and they just blow everything out of the water and they're amazing? I mean, we've already talked about them winning possibly 8, 9, maybe 10 games next year. And yes, maybe they have an easier schedule. But again, I think not knowing the ceiling of Dan Campbell and Holmes is a good thing for the Lions. So.
And I think another positive thing is Jeremy mentioned it yesterday. He was on the show. Is the job that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes have been able to do.
Holmes, huh?
Yeah,
You
Daddy
feel that
Holmes.
kind of way, huh? Tell me more,
listen,
Jeff.
No,
What's going on in your personal life?
I can explain. No, but we have to give credit to the job they've done, especially to UDFAs. A lot of these unrestricted free agents, undrafted free agents, these guys that they're finding and really finding a home now. Jerry Jacobs, AJ Parker. Like, that gives me more confidence. The ability to recognize talent when necessarily the rest of the league doesn't see it. Finding a Josh Reynolds late in the season to fit in with the wide receiver core. Like, that stuff gives me more and more confidence. That's what I look at. Like, what are you? And the Trinity Benson thing is one thing. We can all agree on that. It was a miss.
Who cares?
But who cares?
GMs are going to miss.
GMs
Coaches
are going to miss.
are going to make mistakes.
Yes.
But how often are you doing good things
100%.
instead of bad things?
And I think we've seen more good.
Early on in the year, Brad Holmes would drive you crazy. Or, excuse me, Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
By the end of the season, you're feeling kind of confident about Dan Campbell.
Right.
Now, again, what's his ceiling? Nobody can answer that. You guys want to say, he can be a Hall of Fame coach. He can be a division winner, a playoff winner. Yeah. Okay, let's pump the brakes a little bit, please. But I'm willing to acknowledge, all right, year 2, let's see it. Mm-hmm. You have a very friendly schedule. If Nick Sirianni can go 9-8 with that similar type of schedule, so can you. So can you. You can't go 0-2 against the Bears. The Bears! You can't. Next year, 3-3 in the division is a must.
Yeah.
And if you do that, I could make the argument that you win 8-9 games next year. Maybe even 10 if things go well. Contingent on off-season moves and free agency, then the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to have to do a deep dive into what this team does with Jared Goff. Not that they're going to move him, but what are they going to look like? What does the team look like next year? Is Jamal Williams even going to be on the roster? Trey Flowers?
Mm-hmm.
Some of these guys, I could argue 20% of this roster for sure is going to be here next year.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that. And then what are you going to do with the number 2 overall pick? So many unanswered questions. But are they on track? You know what? I have to be fair. Year 1 of Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, I am more optimistic than I was after year 1 of Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. Now, that's not saying much. It really isn't. No. But the point is, you know what? I'm at least optimistic to an extent where I can sit up here and have a conversation and not want to blow my brains out. And, that's a good moment for me. That's a big deal. Oh, man. That coffee, I'm not going to lie.
Burned like
I enjoyed the hell out of it until it reached my lap. And here we are. We got to go to break. I'm ready to